Hi guys, it's Aria from Bake. Hi guys, it's Aria from Baked, and today we are going to be making tea cake. What you're going to be using is 2 packets of tea, and let's get started. For our dry ingredients, we have 2 1/4 cups of flour, 1 1/4 cups of sugar, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. For our wet ingredients, we have a 1/2 stick of butter, 1 egg, and 1 1/2 cups of milk. And of course, 2 bags of tea. So let's get mixing. So we're gonna pour in the flour. That's good. And now the sugar. Now the baking powder. And now the salt. Now we're going to mix the dry ingredients. Now just lightly mix it because you don't want all of the dry ingredients to fly up in the air. Alrighty, now for our wet ingredients. Now you might want to take out your little thing. And now you might want to soften the butter in your microwave just for about 5 seconds or so. Not a long time at all. You don't want it to be fully melted, so I'm gonna go all the way down to about 10 or so, and just wait for that to be done. Now, of course, you don't want all of it to be melted because then it would just be really watery and you don't really want that at all. Now you might want to put it in for another 5 seconds depending on what it looks like. Now that's perfect. Now it's definitely softer. As you can tell. Now, let's add in the egg. 1 egg is totally fine. Try not to get in the shell in there. Scrumptious. Now for the milk. If you need to, you can add in more milk over time, but just make sure you don't add too much milk for this part. Now, let's mix up the wet ingredients. Look at the egg. Okay, that was just for a little bit of mixing, so now we'll use this. This more helps with the egg getting all, mixed up. Make sure you get everything off of the sides because you don't want anything to be left out. Now, once you do that, you can pour it into the other bowl, the dry ingredients. Alright, I'm going to mix this up a little bit just before we put in the tea bags. Now over time, like you see ours, you want to add a little bit more milk in just to make the texture more watery because we're not making cookies here. We all know what we're making a cake. Now, add in a little bit more milk. keep adding in as much milk as you need. Now this is the good thing about the good thing about using milk. Just for adding, make sure with milk you add in a small amount each time, because if you add in a big amount you can't take any of it out, so just add small amounts each time you add in some. Now for the tea bags, we are going to cut each one open. Now if you don't want anything to be really like strong, then you don't have to add into. But for the full flavor, you probably would like to. So this is not what you usually do, but in this type, we will open the bag and just pour it in. And now, actually seeing what this looks like, you might want to only add in one. Now, if you were here, you could definitely smell the smell of the tea bags or the tea. And now it's getting all in this part, so you're just gonna slam it. Slam it. Now you can definitely see little tiny spots in here. That's the tea from the tea bag. Be a little bit more in here. For the flow flavor, you'll definitely want to add in the whole thing. Now, you don't want to forget to spray the pan or the cake will be stuck there and you'll have to eat it in a very weird way. So we are going to be using this spray. You can always use, well, this is Baker's Joy. You can always use butter also. Now, make sure you don't add too much, and then now you can add in the cake mix. Now let's pour in the cake mix. Just add in the cake. A lot of the time takes a lot of time, but it's always worth it. Okay. Now, to me, sometimes usually making the dish is more fun than eating it. Make sure you wash off your hands. Don't get over. I don't know about you, but sometimes if there's no egg in the dish, in the mixture, you could take a little sip. Alrighty, so now we just have to wait until that's done preheating. Once your cake is ready, take it out of the oven. Test it with a toothpick to make sure it's fully cooked. If the toothpick comes out dry, then it's totally ready. If it comes out moist, I would put it in for a few other 5 minutes or so. Now, we are going to let it sit there and cool off, and then once it's done, it's ready to eat. watching this video on baked, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. Bye!